In this video, we will see 7 traps before you play Caro Kann that is must know. Let's see the first one, and the first one actually is even Magnus Carlsen fell into it. And actually what's important in this, because we all play online chess, we don't want to be victim of that because of the pre-move, yeah? So whenever we feel like there's a trap here, no, we don't pre-move. The first one is e4, c6, d4, d5, knight c3. We normally take, and after knight takes e4, we have 3 moves, either bishop f5 or knight d7 or knight f6. We will have traps in the 3 fields. So here knight d7 is considered to be a very solid move, but after queen e2 there is a trap because many chess player here will remove knight gf6. So after queen e2, knight gf6 is a bad move, and even Magnus Carlsen, that has a famous clip, missing this, knight d6, checkmate. And actually this theme is super famous, so it's good to know because it applies into other openings. I do believe like the Budapest Gambit as well. So this is position number 1. Position number 2. This is actually nice, very nice one, because I was not aware of that before I was preparing to this video. So after e4, we go c6, d4, d5, and then knight c3, we take back, and then knight f6. And this is actually the modern way to play the Caro Kann, and this is actually the recommended, or my recommendation when I have done a video on Caro Kann. You know, might check it out somewhere here, or at the end of the video I'll put it somewhere. So after knight f6 is the main move, and we take back, and there's this idea of bishop c4. Actually, the idea of bishop c4 is annoying. The point is to go queen e2, and if, for example, if you go bishop d6, because let me explain. Here the main move for white is c3, and after c3, most likely black plays bishop d6. So after bishop c4, bishop d6 is not that great, because now after queen e2, the best move is to go bishop e7 or to go to the endings after queen e2. But again, you will lose a move because of bishop e7. So my recommendation here, by the way, is to play knight a6. So after, for example, whatever, we go knight c7, and then we could improve the bishop to d6. So we cover the a6 square. For example, knight e2 or knight f3, whatever, we go knight e7 first, sorry. And after castling now, we could go bishop d6. As if you go rook e1, we could go bishop e6 normally. And there's this line, if you take d5, trying to open things up as you are in the lead of development. There's bishop takes h2 check, and you'll lose your queen. This is a side note. You can check out the video that we talked about Caro Kann, but here there is a very interesting move that you might try even in classical chess, but it has much more power in online chess. And strong international master 2476 fell a victim to that trap, queen e7 check. And after queen e7 check, it seems like a bad move, because after knight e2, white says, okay, I'll go knight e2, and then I'll castle rook e1, and then I will win a tempo against your queen. But the fact is, white is losing because of this idea. Oh, queen b4, very nice, very nice. I will try it very soon. Queen b4 check, and then the bishop will be lost, and black is completely winning. Position number 3. White goes e4, c6, d4, d5, knight d2 again, take, knight d7, knight g5, and then knight gf6. Again, knight gf6. Bishop d3, e6, queen e2, some sacrificing is coming, so bishop e7, knight 1 to f3. Now, black is playing a logical move, though he's almost 2300 rated player. This is over the board, guys, yeah? This is classical game. Black thought, I feel like the short castling is not that safe, as the bishop and the knight is coming, everything is coming against my king, so I need to improve. And I need to finish my development. And then he thought about, let's go b6, bishop b7 first, and then we'll see what to do. But he resigned after one move, which is knight takes f7. The point is that after knight takes f7, king takes f7, knight g5, now there is knight takes e6, and then the queen will be kind of trapped. For example, if king e8, knight e6, and now the queen has no places. And if king g8, there is ideas like queen e6, queen f7, checkmate. And if king f8, again, knight e6 is a fork, thanks to b6. Because if b6 is not there, then we could go to e8, and after knight takes, we could go either queen b6 or queen a5 check, for example. Maybe it does work, maybe it's not, but at least black will keep fighting. Position number, I do believe, 4 or 5. I'm not sure. So here we go. a4, c6, d4, d5. Knight c3 takes, again knight d7. So I recommend you, if you want to play knight d7, to study this opening or this variation very much, as the margin of error, especially with the moves of knight g5, is not that great or not that big. It's very, very small. One single mistake in the opening and you will be finished, yeah? So bishop c4, knight gf6, knight g5, again threatening mate in 1. e6 defending that, knight e2 continuing the development, and after bishop d6, black thought, okay, I'll go, or white thought, okay, I'll go bishop f4, and after bishop f4, I'll take back with the knight, and I have a great knight here, a great knight here, and after knight takes f4, maybe sacrificing is coming. But that was a bad idea. Queen a5. And after queen a5, black is winning the knight and winning the game. Second to last one, we do have this one, which is, I do believe, interesting. It's more about end game, middle game rather than the opening, but it's good to know. Bishop f5 attacking, bishop d3 is not a great way actually, because this sacrifice is not that clear. Queen takes d4, as by the way, there's no bishop b5 check and we lose the queen, as in the French, for example. Knight f3 attacking the queen, and now queen d8. And after queen e2, the interesting move is knight f6. It seems that it's a bad move, because after knight f6, we're losing our bishop after like knight takes f6, g takes f6 by force, and then bishop takes f5. But this tactic is good to know. Queen a5 check. And after queen a5 check, this guy will be taken next. Bishop d2 attacking, and now simply queen takes f5. And now after queen takes f5, long castling. And here, black thought in a smart way, and he played queen e6. And the point of queen e6 is that we are a pawn up, yeah? Black is a pawn up, and why not to offer a queen's exchange and attack the pawn? Either you accept or you lose one more pawn, and the a2 pawn actually is super important, as after that queen a1 will be a checkmate. But here's the trap. By the way, white player is 2200 here, yeah? 2200, strong player. I mean black. White is almost 2100. He played queen d3. Super nice move. The point is, if you take on a2, then that's a huge mistake. It's mate in 3. Queen d8 check, very great move. And after you take with the king, bishop a5, double check against the king, and either you go right or you go left, you will be pre-moved mating. Yeah? Like rook d8 checkmate. Wow, that's great. Last one, which is again good to know, because some of us playing this idea, which is after knight d2, g6, for example. It's called probably the modern defense or something. Most likely it's better against, with knight c3 for black, but this one I don't recommend for black. As after e5, black is kind of crammed. And after e5, h5 is played, and this is actually a typical move, trying to gain space on the king side and secure the f5 square for the pieces, either knight h6, knight f5, or bishop f5. So f4 is coming, and then knight h6. And after knight h6, now h3. Why h3? Because black wants to get rid of the bishop first and then play knight f5. So the two pieces are improved. But after knight h6, h3 to stop that, but now knight f5. And the automatic move after knight f5 is easy to play, yeah? Because knight g3 is coming and seems very annoying, and normally we play this idea, knight e2, to stop knight g3, right? Very, very logical move, but it's losing on the spot thanks to knight e3. White player is almost 2300 rated. Can you imagine that? Why? Because he's not aware of this pattern, and he thought, okay, if knight f5, I'll go knight e2 and covering the g3 square, and completely blind spotted the e3 square, and the e3 square came. And this is actually a classical game again, OTB, over the board. So these are 6 to 7 positions that I would like to share with you, so you will not be a victim, or your opponent might be a victim of this if you play against the Caro Kann, or if you play the Caro Kann. Thanks for watching. I hope this was useful. Always you can check out my video about the Caro Kann on the left, and see you very soon. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.